Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the launch of Nikki Haley's bid for president, trying to win the Republican nomination. Launched today with a video. We're going to kind of run through it, and it gives us a pretty good idea of what she's going to try to do. And there are some humorous moments in it for people who aren't right-wing. So the general tone of it is that she is going to try to appeal to moderates and independents. She is going to try to remake the Republican Party. That is her strategy for trying to get the nomination, trying to bring it back a little bit away from the far right. Not too far, because she still leans into a lot of culture war stuff, calls a lot of Democrats socialists. They're not. And a few other things. One of the more humorous moments in the video is the contradiction that exists between it starting off describing her childhood and saying that the town she grew up in was divided by the railroad track, divided by race, black on one side, white on the other, and she was something different. And then goes on to say that some people, meaning the Democratic Party, believe that our country was founded on racist ideas. I mean, I have questions about how your town got to be the way you describe it if those racist ideas weren't institutionalized. I have a lot of questions about that. She's trying to cast herself as an outsider outside of the Washington establishment. I don't know that that's going to work, given some of her connections to major players in D.C. and major players within the Republican Party. Her goal is definitely to appeal to those independents, those people that have left the Republican Party because of its far-right march. She talks about how out of the last, I want to say it was 8 presidential elections, the Republican Party lost the popular vote 7 times, and it needs to change. She also talks about how the U.S. is entering that near-peer contest and references Russia and China and calls them bullies and tries to appeal to that Cold War sense of patriotism, and plays into being, a woman representing conservative values by saying something along the lines of, when you kick a bully back, it hurts more if you're wearing heels, something to that effect. The campaign is going to be interesting. It's one of those things where a lot of people who understand Republican politics are going to be of mixed minds. Somebody who is actually attempting to bring the Republican Party away from its more authoritarian side, that can generally be seen as kind of good. I don't know that Nikki Haley's the person to do it. And I don't know that if she wins, her actions would match her rhetoric. So there's a lot there, and the Republican Party is going to have to decide whether or not it wants to be a right-wing party or an authoritarian right-wing party. She is trying to offer the option of being right-wing, opposed to being, one marching further and further right with every M&M's commercial. The official launch is undoubtedly going to provoke a response from the other people who are set to run, namely Trump, obviously, will respond to this in some way. You can also expect responses from other Other candidates, like the copies of Trump's, the Trump lights, even though they haven't announced yet, they will probably have some commentary on it. Her trying to walk that line and keep part of the MAGA base by leaning into the culture war stuff and at the same time saying that, we have to get the independents, that's going to be really tough. She's, at some point in the campaign, she is going to have to make a decision on where she actually wants to stand. My guess is she's going to try to use the MAGA crowd to win the nomination, and then immediately shift and try to appear even more moderate. It's going to be a tough fight for her, and she's going to have a lot of opposition from within the Republican Party, and probably a lot from outside of it, because from the Democratic Party's point of view, she would probably be tougher to beat than Trump or somebody like him. We'll have to see how all of the commentary plays out over the next few days to get a good read on it. Commentary from the Republican right. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.